What is going on, guys? Kevin again with another head shaving review video. I know it's been a while, but we're going to get something very different. I wouldn't say, maybe not very different. It's still a wet razor, wet shave, but we're upping up the blades. It's going to be going up to 5 now. So what I have for you today is, no further ado, the Pro Glide Fusion by Gillette. 5 blades. It's a little dirty because I had used it on my face a couple days ago, but this is the first time I'm using it on my head, and I want to see how that goes, opposed to 3 blades or 2 blades, what I've shown you in the past. So just so I don't get my shirt wet, let's take it off real quick. It's a little better. So without further ado, let's get to this head shaving review on the 5-blade Pro Glide Fusion by Gillette. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Gillette fanboy. Let's lather this guy up. I'm already wet. That's way too much. Word of advice, don't do that. I'm like dripping all over my face too. Look at this. There's a glopping mess here, gentlemen. Oh God. This is all over the place. Give me a second here. Try not to burn my hands off either. Alright, we're going to try that again. So this time I waited about an extra day. I typically shave, like I told you guys many times, about every 4 days I waited an extra day. So this is 5 because 5 is obviously the lucky number here to, you know, with the blade and the days and all that. I'm just kidding, it has nothing to do with it. I just wanted to wait an extra day to be completely sure that this blade is worthy of cutting through hair when it's been a while. Dry my hands real quick, then we're gonna get started. So if you were here watching this video, I appreciate it, because you have only seen 3 blades. The 2 blade for the what was that called, the one with the strip, oh, the Pro Strip or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't feel like looking for it. But without further ado, we're upping the blades to 5 now, so let's get started. Alright, let's do it. First stroke is good, second stroke feels good as well, but I can tell it's already clumping up just a bit. And I don't know if that's the hair or the obnoxious amount of shaving cream I use, so we're going to find out in a second. And what I've noticed about this weighted handle is that I don't have to press as hard, which is nice, because I have a habit of pressing really hard and then causing irritation. Even though I just think I might have just cut this off right there. Oh well, we'll see. If I start bleeding, we're going to know if that was the case. We'll see. Feels pretty nice. The sides of my head are always most crucial as far as when it comes to a blade irritating me or not. And so far it's not too bad at all. It's actually very comfortable. Surprised, because usually the more blades the worse for me, for my head. Opposed to, you know, the 3 or the 2. See, the back here is getting a little pulley. So what I'm noticing is that I have to wash the blade a little bit more often when I do with this, obviously, because the more blades, the more is going to get caught in it. So obviously that's going to happen when there's more blades and less room for the hair to go. So I mean, you're going to have to expect that when you're shaving with more blades. Stuff's going to get, you know, caked up in it quicker than it would with a 2-blade or 3-blade. Oh, I forgot I did this side of my head already. Okay, we're just gonna make sure every nook and cranny's good. Get the neck here. Also, if any of you guys have a cowlick in any part of your head that does, you know, if one of you guys do head shaving and you have a cowlick in any part of your head, please write below to see, give me some suggestions on what you do for as far as shaving it, because I always feel like I miss the direction, because I feel like it's in 5 different directions and I always have that little piece of hair or multiple pieces of hair just sticking out by the time I'm done, and it's quite annoying. Rinse my hands off real quick. All right. Well, let me get rinsed off, and I will come back to you guys for my first impressions of the Gillette Pro Glide Fusion 5 right after this. All right, guys, back from my first impression of this razor. So, first thing I noticed, almost every head shaving review that I do does have this kind of first impression, and with the first strokes that I typically start with, going back on the front of the head backwards, always feel incredible. It's really hard for me to judge how a razor is until I get to the sides and back. So let's get to that. The sides of the head felt pretty darn good, and then when I got to the back, no, it's not going to feel as good because there's more razors going through the back, and I have a very sensitive back of the head. And going against the grain, when regardless of how long it is, I know some of you might be thinking, oh, you waited too long because the hair is growing now. True and false, but I have these weird little bumps that end up growing with the hair, so probably some sort of form of ingrown hairs that come out at that time. But for the most part, I do like it because it is really, really smooth. Like, obviously the more blades the better, because as far as smoothness goes, because as of right now, I might later, but I'm literally like sitting here feeling for you guys. I feel a tiny little bit right here. And literally it was like the tiniest little thing. But that might have been because I just missed it. But it also, I'm very, very picky with how smooth my head is after a good shave. But all in all, I would say that this is a very good razor. If you want to get the like smoothest shave possible, up the blades. I don't even know if there's a 6, but it's 5. That's a lot. So you're going to expect a very, very smooth shave afterwards. And right now, this is very, very smooth. Mild irritation. I did have a little bit of a cut where I thought I did. You guys probably can't see it, but when I looked in the mirror a little closer, it's a tiny one. But that was only because I'm not looking directly into a mirror. And I slipped, and most of the time I do shower shave or whatever, but obviously I can't do both. So yeah, does it mean that I'm going to stick to 5 blades? Probably not. That's just what I prefer, is 3. But I'm going to continue using this and see if my hair gets a little better with it, because it was given to me and I was able to review it, which is nice. So I get to, show you guys what I think of this razor. Some of you guys might already be using it. That's great. If you're not using it, give it a shot. I mean, everyone's head is completely different. Will I go back to 3 blades? Yeah, probably. But it doesn't mean I'm done reviewing every single 5 blade there is, because there might be other ones that I think are better. I do really want to get my hands on the heated razor, if you guys ever heard of that one. Maybe I should start a Patreon page for that. But in all seriousness, I really enjoyed this shave, and I think next I might not be a Gillette fanboy forever. Maybe I'll move on to something different, and I won't say its name yet, but it begins with an S. You guys can probably figure it out from there what brand I'm talking about, but we'll go from there, because I'm curious, because I've been stuck on Gillette for so long. Maybe we should go to some other razors and see what they're like. But anyways, guys, you have a good one. I really appreciate you watching. If you did like this video, leave a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and comment, ask questions. And otherwise, without further ado, I will see you in the next video, whether it be a head shaving review, if you like vlogging, if you like podcasts. I only have one podcast, I believe, yeah, I do. I have one podcast, and it is on hair loss. So give that a watch. Give my other ones a watch, because I like to think that I'm not the most boring person in the world, so give my other videos a watch. Otherwise, without further ado, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.